Yeah, the music today, because I want to go back into a basic workout to really get the feeling of the muscles today. The focus is really going to be being able to push back to the center, building the strength to come back. And again, slow movements. We have a total of 10 exercises today with a couple of new ones that you've never done before as well. So they'll be challenging for people that are just starting out, and I really appreciate you being here. And for those of you that have been with me for a while now, you'll find them comfortable, and yet we still want to look for perfection, or those moments of feeling fantastic. So it'll be a good challenge. To me, good morning. Yes, interesting music today. Again, it's to kind of get that feeling of centered instead of the wild, crazy, high energy music. Today is about bringing us back to our center, which is really what balance is about as well. Good morning, Pat. Hope you're going to enjoy the workout today. I think you'll find it very beneficial, and always good morning as well, Kirk, out there. It's great to see you here. So I don't really have a specific message today, except reach out. If there's something that somebody can help you with, reach out and ask, because if you never ask, you'll never get. And yet asking will always bring the right people into your life, because if somebody says no, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with the word no. We're taught to fear the word no, and that stops us from asking. But all it means, if they ask and they say no, there's the next opportunity, right? There's somebody else that will be the right person, but if you don't ask, you'll never get. And so my thing is reach out, ask for help. If you need support, if you need someone to get you groceries, those type of things, you're not being selfish by asking. You're actually giving somebody else the opportunity to feel good about helping. And there's always people out there that want to help. What brought me to that? We had a great email to customer service from Lucinda. Hi, Lucinda, if you're watching, or maybe you'll watch on YouTube later on. But she said one of the confusions she has when I teach is that when I turn side on, it's hard to tell which leg is moving, because looking from the side out, it was a great suggestion. It was a great comment that we really took it. I listened to everything that's said and see what could I do to help improve. So I came up with a solution. There's always a solution to every problem out there. If there wasn't, Adam and Eve would never have gone further, and we wouldn't be here today. So find that solution. I will explain that when I stand up, and you'll see how I'm going to try and do that. So again, always ask. If there's something I can do to help you, please ask. If there's something that you need specifics with, or you're confused about, don't feel less by asking. Feel that not only are you helping you, but I don't see it from your point of view. And so by you letting me know, you may be helping thousands of other people out there as well that may be having the same issue, but nobody's spoken up. So message for today, reach out, ask for help, let people know what's going on, and then be part of the leadership of what's moving us forward, not just part of the confusion and just wanting to stay quiet. Have a voice. Okay, so that said, let's get on with the workout. Now, as I step up, you may notice something that's a little different. I'm going to put my gloves on. Who just sent a message? Good morning, Diana. Nice to see you here. So if you look, you'll notice that I'm wearing different shoes. The reason being is if I turn side on, you'll be able to tell which foot is going back, so it makes it easier. So let me explain so that this becomes simple and you can start understanding. The red foot is the right foot. They both begin with R, so there shouldn't be any confusion as to what's happening in here. So the right foot will be the red, and the left foot will be the blue. Now, as you're looking in here as well, again, it's nice and easy. So let's just start with a little side movement. Again, keep this as small as you'd like it to be. So notice how my right foot is moving, my left foot comes to it. Just get used to the different colors of shoes so that you can see which one's moving and know that your right foot is the red. Now you say, well, if right is red, what's blue? Well, the second letter in blue is an L, and that stands for left. How I came up with that, I don't know. Just genius how that worked out. So anyway, we're gonna go through just a nice, easy warm up today, and you're gonna see how it's gonna be, again, so simple and allowing the board to support you as you begin to push through and get stronger. You'll look at bodybuilders, for example, and the heavier they go, the slower they go with their motion, but they're getting stronger. So don't confuse speed with strength. We're gonna get stronger today by going just at a slightly lower pace. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is just come to the center. Now, I've heard some of you have problems even lifting your foot up and tapping. So for those of you that can tap, please start. We're just tapping on one and one at your own pace. And for some of those of you that can't lift, just tap your ankle. Lifting your knee and just tapping your ankle, or just tap the back of the board so you can feel your toe touching the back of the board and coming back in again. But I'm gonna go back to the one and one. Here we go. Nice and easy, just tapping the one and one. Okay, what we wanna do now is we're gonna put 3 steps to this. So just watch, you're gonna lift your knee and balance. Tap and balance, lift and balance. Then you'll come down. Let's do it on the right leg. Are you ready? Lift and balance. Notice how the strength is on your left leg. Tap and balance. Notice how the board is not rocking, it's staying stationary, which means I have good pressure. Lift the knee, balance, and then come back down. Let's go left leg. Lift and balance. Now touch the board, but don't let the pressure, I can take my hands off, I'm touching the board, but my balance and strength is on my right leg. Now lift the knee and balance. Good, and bring it back down. Let's go right leg, lift and balance. Touch, lift, and down. And left leg, hold, and tap, and lift, and down. Now, go ahead and do this in your own pace with the hold. For those of you that are having a hard time lifting so much, just lift your foot off of the ground and hold and balance. Then touch the back of the board and balance. Bring the foot back and balance, and down. Left foot, lift and balance. You can just bring it to your ankle. Touch the back of the board and balance. Bring it back to your ankle and bring it down. I'm gonna join back in. Lift, tap, lift. We're gonna start speeding this up. Lift, tap, lift, down. Join back in, lift, tap. I had to adjust my balance there. And lift, tap, lift, and rest here. Good. Just shake those legs out. It's a nice little warm up. Again, always go at your own pace, go at your own speed. And if you need to rest or you just need to take a break whenever you need. Okay, so what we want to do now, we're going to go back to the tapping. We're going to go 1, 2, 1, and down. Are you ready? Right foot. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, left foot. 1, 2, 1, and again. 1, 2, 1, down. 1, 2. And you'll notice it's a small little lift. What we're working on here is the brain able to have specific foot placement that it remembers. So we know as my foot begins to move to the side, so does my body begin to naturally balance with movement. Every time you move your body off of center, it's going to change the pressure point of the leg that you're standing on. Good. Let's go one more. Okay, good. Just shake those legs out again. Now the last one we're going to do here for the warm-up is the slide. So you're going to lift, tap, slide on the board, slide back. Now I want you to tap 2 and come down. So watch one more time. You lift your foot, you put it on 1. Now the whole foot is on the board. I slide, I bring it back. I lift and tap 2, and then I bring it back. Got it? And you'll notice when you slide that your balance will change on the leg. Don't let the board rock side to side. And again, if you can't lift your foot onto the board, just slide it on the ground and back. Here we go. You ready? Put your foot on 1, slide, bring it back, lift, tap 2, bring it down. Let's go left foot. Put your foot on the board, slide to slide. You'll bend the leg you're standing on, bring it back, lift it, tap 2, bring it down. Right foot on the board, slide, bring it back, tap 2, down. Left foot, slide, bring it back, lift it. And remember, as you slide, bend the knee of the leg you're standing on. So I'm here, I lift, I tap 2, I bring it back, I lift, I put my foot on the board, I slide, I bring it back, I tap. One more time each side. Put your foot on the board. Again, really feeling the strength in your leg to balance. That's the leg that you're staying or keeping on the ground. Feel that strength. Tap and down. Great job. Really good. Just to be in here nice and easy. Now, what I want you to do is carefully step up on 1 and 1. So both feet, if you look down, are on the number 1 section. Remember, the red shoe is the right foot and the left shoe is the left foot. There you go, great stuff. Okay, now this is an exercise I want us to go through to learn how to push back to center. So push down with your left foot, put your right foot on number 3, now push on number 3. Now from here I want you to bend your leg and then push back up and rock onto the left. So I'm down, I'm here, and I push. Feel your body weight going onto the 3 and push back. I'm down here, I push back. That's 4, we're gonna do 10. Here, 5, down, 6, down, 7, down, 8, down, 9. Last one, push down, and again. Good, put your feet back to 1 and 1, just rock them out. Now remember, when you lean, don't take your body outside the poles, but it can go in line with the pole. So push with your right, put your left foot to number 3. Now push down and let your body, you can see my body's in line here. Now push back. Good, I bend both knees, I push back. And the way you push is push off of your left leg, back onto the right. Don't push down with your right, push off of your left until you go over your right. That's 4, push, 5, down, push, 6, down, push, 7. Good, really feel the weight on your left leg. Last one coming up, feel the weight. Now push back up till you're on the other side. We're gonna go back and do on the right. So take your right foot to the number 3. And again, bend on that right leg. Now push on the right leg until you go back up. 1, push, 2, push on the right leg, 3, push back, 4, and 5. The reason this one's so good, imagine you begin to step sideways and you feel like you're going off balance. We've got 2 to go. You'll be able to have that strength in the leg and the activation of the brain to recognize, push back to the middle. Change legs, we're gonna go straight in the other side. Left foot goes on number 3, so bend, push. 1, push up on that left, 2, push the body back across, 3. By pushing on my left leg, 4, I'm able to put my body weight back in the middle and my right leg goes in here. This is 7, I believe. 8, good, push. 9, last one. 10, good. Bring your feet back to 1 and 1 and let's just rock side to side. Now on this one, let your knees just go side to side. So we get a little stretch, but at the same time, we get a little strengthening. There you go, good. Now a little bit more of a bend. I come up, I bend, up, bend, up, bend, up, bend. Good, and let your butt go out just a little bit behind you so that you're working back and behind. There you go. Now come to the middle and find your balance. It's always so important to have that balance ability for movement to come back to the center. Good, now while you're balancing, I'm going to take your right hand off, replace, left hand. It doesn't have to go far, but I want you to adjust. Every time you take your hand off and move it, the balance changes just a little bit because your center is changing because my weight's going more to the side. There you go, good. Excellent. Now, from here, push down on your right foot, lift your left foot. Now find your balance. Push down on your left, lift your right foot, find your balance. So this is about very quick awareness of balance. Lift the left, find your balance. So it's one lift, one balance. Right foot and balance. And left foot and balance. And right foot and balance. There you go, good. Great stuff. Now what I want you to do is step off of the board and get a quick drink of water, because we've been going in, even though we're not dripping in sweat or working, your body heat's going, your heart's beating. We want to make sure that we stay hydrated. Okay, hopefully you got a drink. Again, it's really important while I talk this step on 2 and 2. When you start to get dehydrated, your blood thickens. And because it's thickening, your heart has to work harder to pump the blood around, and your blood carries your oxygen to your cells, right? So you've got the red blood cells that are carrying it around, refreshing your muscles and making sure everything's working. So please always stay hydrated. It's so important. I can't emphasize enough how critical it is. Okay, so what I want you to do is just lift your leg now. Right leg. Now, what I want you to be aware of is as you push on the board, push, feel that weight pushing on the foot, and feel as you lift your leg how solid the leg feels on the board. Now put a little knee bend and up. When you go to the middle, go up. Knee bend. So we strengthen the legs again into here. There you go. Just strengthening. This is, again, critical. Now as you bend, squeeze your stomach muscles. Squeeze. Squeeze. So we're getting even stronger as you lift your knee into here. You're getting even stronger by squeezing those ab muscles. There you go. Good. Squeeze. Good. And come back to the middle. And now just rock. Now find your balance. There you go. It sounds funny, but my 2 shoes are built very slightly different and rock side to side. So because they have a slightly different build to the shoes, I can tell that my both feet aren't exactly the same height. So it's challenging me to have to find my balance. It's actually a good little challenge for me. Good, and come back and find your balance. Good, and go back and rock. Now lift that leg again. Feel the pressure. Feel the pressure. Get that little knee bend in here as you go. It can be really small, but what we're doing in here is we're strengthening the muscles around the knee to be able to control the body and support the body and take a little bit of that pressure off of the knee joints. So only bend as much as you feel comfortable. If you have pain, then you've gone too far. Even just a small little knee bend is enough to be able to help you begin to strengthen the muscles around the joint. And again, for those of you that are a little bit maybe stronger in the joint area right now, you can bend. Now start squeezing those abs. And squeeze. And squeeze. The best way to squeeze is blow out. As you bend, blow out. Good, and come back and find that middle. Get that balance. There you go. Last time, rocking side to side. And again, if you want to spend a little bit more time on the balance, you can. If you find you can't get your balance, don't get frustrated. It's the worst thing you could do is get frustrated, because what you're actually doing is you're training. If you can't find your balance, you're working on it. And anything you're working on, you're developing the connection, you're getting better. So don't get frustrated. Here we go. Now lift the knee and lift the knee. There you go. Good. Start squeezing those abs. Blow out. Every time you lift the knee, blow out. There you go. Good. Now come and find your balance. Excellent. Last time, just rock. This is a little loosening now. Instead of lifting the knee, I want you to slide your foot. Slide your foot. So my foot actually isn't leaving the board. What I'm learning to do, if I put too much weight on it, I can't slide it. So I'm learning to adjust my pressure point as to how much of my weight has to be on the supporting leg and how much weight still needs to be on the leg that's moving. Where is this good for you? It's helping you to judge where the ground is, how much pressure you have, and again, if my foot begins to slide, I can adjust with the other leg to bring it back into play. Where would you slide? So many places. As the weather begins to turn bad, and I can't believe we're talking about bad weather and winter yet, but we know it's going to be here soon. So this is great training, getting out of the bath, out of the shower. The ground can be a little wet and slippery and you'll begin to feel it. And again, adjust and save. It could be in your kitchen as well. You step on a mat that slips. Again, just training your body to be strong enough to feel and react. Good. Put your foot now. We're going to put your foot on number 2 and number 2 and just rock. And we're going to do a leg strengthener today. Very simple, basic leg strengthener, but this is critical again. Good. Now move your feet to 3 and 3. So now we've got the widest stance. Make sure your knees are bent just a little bit. There you go. Now what's going to happen, we're going to move just the right foot to 2 to 1 to 2 to 3 to 2 to 1 to 2 to 3. So every time you push on the left, change your foot to 2, change your foot to 1, change your foot to 2, change your foot to 3, change your foot to 2, and all we're doing is we're going up and down the ladder on the right leg, and feel the difference of the push. So again, we're developing that feeling of being able to strengthen one leg. The closer you are to the middle, the more pressure you have to put on that leg. Here we go. Just gonna keep it going. Again, for some of you, this may feel so simple because we've gone so far on this, it's incredible. But this is something that would have been similar to the first workouts that we did on the Tuesdays. So again, value the simplicity, value the basics. Good. And if you're really good at this, try not to look at where your foot's going. Try and adjust your feet from memory. Good, let's change it up. So push with the left. Now change the left to 2, change the left to 1, change the left to 2, change the left to 1. And as much as this may seem so simple, and so, I mean, people watching this will go, oh, that's so easy. It's not about how easy it is, it's about how effective it is. So you got the E word, right? It can be easy or it can be effective. And I love it because it's so effective in feeling pressure points. What we're really training here, as much as the body may be working and moving, we're really training the brain to figure out, can I repeat where my foot should be? I haven't looked down yet at all, but I'm pretty confident that my foot is going to the right place because I have muscle memory and feeling memory where I can repeat from having done this. My brain is figuring out where to move my foot. There you go, last couple of times through. There you go, pushing that leg, and one more time across with the left. And notice how it changes, obviously the width of the legs going across. Good, and hold the 3 and 3, and just rock. There you go, good. Now what I want you to do is bring your feet to 2 and 2. We're gonna do this one more time with our foot now in the 2 position, so we're always looking to come back to the middle or a little bit more, and you'll notice how this movement, again, feels different because the left leg or the right leg is closer to the middle while the other one's moving. Are you ready? Let's start by taking the right leg to number 1, now the right leg to 2, the right leg to 3, the right leg to 2, the right leg to 1, and keep going through here of just changing. And again, don't worry about the work on the body. Focus more on the work of repetition of the brain being able to figure out what's happening with the body while the body's making all these changes. And it should be very comfortable. It should be very relaxed. This is training the brain. This is neural training of being able to get the senses working together of feel, of thought, of touch. Again, you're going into here of action, of movement. All these things are going into repetition. And bring your right foot back to 2. Let's change up. So we start by bringing the left foot to number 1, the left foot to 2, the left foot to 3, back to 2, back to 1. You'll notice it's a very different feeling of the difference by having the legs on 2 and 2 compared to 3 and 3, because again, you're always coming back slightly more to the middle rather than being in a wider stance. There you go, good. Keep it going through. Wanted to check, I noticed that my number 1 foot position wasn't quite where I want it to be. I needed to move it probably ½ an inch closer to the inside of the board, so I get a little bit more pressure point. There you go. Last time across, and bring it back to number 2. Good, and just rock here, nice and easy. Again, these exercises seem so simple, but I guarantee you, I can just promise you that these exercises are critical to re-engaging balance. Because people will say, well, how can you lose your balance? It's so easy to balance. And yet for so many people, it's not easy to balance. And so what may seem simple or obvious now becomes part of your training, so it does go back to being simple. And I don't like the word easy, because if you think easy, you tend to lose your focus. I tell this with my soccer players all the time. Never think something's easy, because you'll take it for granted and you'll make mistakes, right? It could be, oh, I don't have to pay attention, I don't have to focus, and suddenly you've made a mistake. Whereas I like to say it's simple, because if it's simple, we know we can do it. And if you put your attention on your intention, you will achieve your goal. Remember, put your attention on your intention. My intention is to go down the stairs, so I put my attention on it to allow myself to be successful. Good, what I want you to do is step back off of the board. Good, just roll the right ankle out, because again, we've done a lot of movement where there will have been stress. And when I say stress, I'm talking about activation. Change left leg of the stabilization muscles and the ligaments and tendons tightening and loosening. Good, just change knee in to out. So you want to make sure that, again, we always try and stay supple, because supple is mobility and mobility is strength. Good, grab another drink of water. As you can see, today is very relaxed, very consistent here. What I'm going to do is put your right foot in the middle of the board and lift your left leg up and just balance. Now what I want you to do is rock the board side to side. And notice how you're able to maintain your strength on your leg. If you feel you're going off a little bit, the board will save you, but find that middle. Now come and hold the board in the middle and be perfectly balanced. Good, change up, put your left foot right in the middle. You'll be able to tell because here's the red mark in the middle. Put your foot on the ground behind it. Now lift your right leg, find your balance now. Rock the board, and notice with the distraction of rocking, you're able to stay centered. There you go. Now hold the board in the middle, feel your balance. There you go, good. And step the foot back on the ground. Step up on 2 and 2. This is a little bit different training. I want you to rock side to side. Now we're going to work on posture. We haven't worked on this for a little while. What I'm going to do is push your shoulders forward and then pull them back. Let them relax, pull them back. Let them relax, pull them back. Now when you pull them back, I want you to think of standing taller. Bend your knees, but think of being stretched through the middle. There you go. Now relax them, pull them back. Now tighten those back muscles. Keep doing it. In here, the difference is from here, I pull back and my muscles, those muscles at the back are going to be nice and tight. Good. Now relax them. Keep rocking. Now what I want you to do is lift your shoulders up, pull them back, and hold them in that position. Now relax. Lift the shoulders up, roll them back, and hold. I'm going to show you from the side again. Keep going. So I'm here, I lift my shoulders up, I roll them back, and I hold them in that position. What we want to do, good, relax, lift them up, hold them back. What we're looking to do is stretch the muscles across the front and tighten those muscles at the back, which helps us align. And by pulling up through the head, we're now making sure that our chin is not leaning forward, but it's something that's completely up. Good, last time, lift your shoulders up, roll them back. You should be feeling like you're pulling down. So my shoulders are not here back, they're down, but back into here. I do it one more time, relax it down. Now lift your shoulders up, roll them back and down. Keep those muscles tight at the back. You're still rocking. And relax. Okay, so I just wanted to just work a little bit on that posture on the back so that we feel that we're standing up. And one of the best ways is to, again, get your eyes up and pull those shoulders back a little bit. Now what I want you to do is relax. Now tighten your back muscles just a little bit. It'll be the smallest movement and you'll suddenly feel your shoulders go back. You're not going all the way back. It's just from here, a small little squeeze. It's enough to go from here, small little squeeze here. That's the difference from here to here, and you're keeping that posture. Good, now we're gonna move on, but I want you to think about that the whole time. When you're in there, it's my shoulders and I feel a little bit of squeeze at the back, between the top muscles at the back. And you're in, those are the rhomboid muscles that are in the center back into here. There you go, just rocking side to side. Okay, what I want you to do is we're gonna be on 2 and 2. Now, from here, push on your left foot, pull your toe up. If you look from the side, all I'm doing is this. My heel stays on the ground, I'm pulling my toe up. Now if I go to the left, and I'm just showing you, I pull the toe up. Are you ready? So rock, now push on the left, just pull the toe up on the right foot. Pull the toe up on the left foot. Pull the toe up on the right foot. And your knees should be very slightly bent. Very slightly bent. Just pull those toes up. Your foot is not leaving the board. You've still got some weight. Even when I pull up, I still feel my foot or my heel of the foot where the toe is raising my left foot. I still feel a little pressure on my heel. This is critical. This is going to help with drop foot or a lack of strength going through the front of your foot, that when you lift your knee up, your foot tends to drop or you can't control the angle of your foot. All we're doing here is working on strengthening the front of the leg, that ankle joint, and engaging. Look, if you're having a really hard time doing it or even lifting, don't worry. Even if there's no movement, don't worry. The reason being is you're trying. And we know with neuroplasticity that if you send the message, even if it's not working right now, the brain figures out a way to find the new connection or reinvigorate the old connection. Your neurons are waiting to be activated, and if they haven't been activated, it takes time sometimes to get them going. So really work, and I know I'm spending a lot of time on this, but I want you to take the time to really strengthen up the front, because normally we'll drag our feet, and so we become a little bit lazy on having these muscles work. Good, just come back and just rock side to side. Let me explain to you really quickly. Think about a river. If a river gets blocked or rocks fall in it and only a little water goes through, what happens is the river will create new estuaries that will go around the blockage and eventually find its way to the ocean or to the lake, right? And often it will meander and come back into the main channel again. Neuroplasticity has the same type of power, if not even stronger, that if there's a blockage, if something doesn't happen, you send it through, eventually you'll either move the blockages out the way because of the force behind it, or it will find new pathways to reach the spot. So don't underestimate the power of your brain. Good, last time, let's go back to just lifting the toe and think about it. Think about what you're doing here. Again, if you have a weakness, if you're good, you'll feel those muscles working. You'll feel that foot. But again, part of the time, I'd say a lot of the reasons that people fall is as they lift their foot up, the toe drops and they'll catch something. So again, building this strength up will make it be able to be active and have action before you even have the opportunity for the foot to drop. Okay, good. Put your feet on one. Here we go. Just rocking side to side. There you go. Now, we're going to do another little challenge that we've kind of touched on it before. But what I want you to do is as you're rocking, just slightly look to one side, come back to the middle, look to the other side. So what we're engaging here is the change of visual and your weight. Look, the heaviest single body part you have is your head. If you look at it from a biological point of view, your head is the greatest weight. So as I change my vision, I'm changing the weight of where I'm looking and being able to actively control your balance while you're looking side to side. Think of it this way. We're going to start lifting our foot in here and we're walking, right? I've stepped off the sidewalk. I need to check and see if the traffic's coming. So as I'm in here, I'm actively feeling the balance of my feet and pressure while I'm comfortable turning my head and still moving my feet at the same time. Something so simple, and yet so many times we're scared to change our view because we're worried that we might lose our balance or we'd have to stop to take a look. You want to keep moving. So just a little switch side to side. Good. Now come and find your balance in the middle on one and one. And this is where it gets a little tough. Now change your view side to side. Much harder than it looks. Good. If you've got a little vertigo, just do a small, maybe little movement. But if you're feeling it too much, maybe just hold your head still and move your eyes side to side. And hold your balance in the middle. And great, even if it wasn't perfect, the fact that you're doing it is training. It's all training. Good. And just walk in one more time. It's the last time through. Good. And as you're walking, start looking again. It can be a small movement. It can be a big movement. Or you can just use your eyes and look side to side and then start integrating your head. So you're multitasking the brain by giving it many functions to do. To add to this now, start rocking your fingers. So now, think about it. We're training the brain and the body to work together where I've got so many functions. I'm walking on the board. I'm moving my head. My eyes are seeing. My fingers are tapping on the poles. And you're strengthening the ability of your brain to control your body. Now, find your balance, but keep your fingers going. So even with there, so now we add to that, you're taking instruction or direction and able to react to it while you're still working on your balance and ability to multitask the brain. Great job. This is not easy. People will look at it until they get on it and go, oh my gosh, it's way harder than I thought. Of course, because we want to challenge to get better, but never think anything is easy. I've said it enough times today. Good. So what I want you to do, just again, lift those feet a little bit, take them to 2, so we loosen up the pressure. We're going into a 1-minute run. We've got just 1 minute run today, and then we have the last exercise coming up. We've got 6 seconds, 5 seconds till we start the run. Bring your feet back to 1 and 1. And again, go at your own pace. Here we go, we're going. The 1 minute started. I can go into a small little run where your feet barely come off of the board, just enough to roll through your feet. Or I can lift my knees and go a little slower on the step, but I'm feeling that pressure. Make sure that everything is smooth and you're not slamming the board with your feet, but you're feeling those pressure points and we're getting that heart rate up. There you go. Good. We've got 30 seconds left to go. For those of you that did the 10-minute workout on Friday, this was seem so comfortable, and it's only comfortable because you've been doing the work. So again, maybe later in the day, if you want to challenge, maybe get on and put a timer on, and during the commercials on TV, do this motion during the commercials. You know that you've got roughly a 3-minute run, and then you can just rest again. And we're coming down, 2 seconds. Okay, and rest it up. Put your feet to 2 and 2. And then safely step off of the board, get some water, and we're back for the last exercise today. You'll notice I changed with my red and blue foot. I haven't done any sideway movements today to help, but it's good for us to learn it because on Thursday I will be doing side movements. Okay, last exercise. We're gonna be working now on lift and touch, but this is a confidence booster. So again, if you're not confident, just do the first part. We're gonna start with this slowly. Push down with your right, lift your left knee up. Push down with your left, lift your right knee up. If this is all you wanna do this one. But we're gonna change. What I want us to do here now is you're gonna take the opposite hand from the leg that's lifting. Remember, the opposite hand from the leg that's lifting and touch your knee. So I'll take my right hand off, I touch my knee. I touch my knee. I push, I touch. I push, I touch. And again, if you don't feel comfortable, you can just do this. Instead of the reaching around or reaching across. The reason I want us to do this motion is we're beginning to coordinate, feel, and specific. So I'm actually touching my knee with my hand. So I'm learning to place my hand and my knee together, which is two actions of movement, right? My leg is lifting and my arm is meeting my knee. So we've got two opposite parts that are coming together, and with specificity, because there's an actual meeting point, your brain is figuring that out while you're working. Good. Across here. Good. And come back to just rest and rock. There you go. Now, I'm going to advance this a little bit more for those of you that are more advanced. Okay, but again, pick at your own level. Now, I'm going to lift my arm up and go across into here. So again, I'm learning to balance on one leg while I'm reaching something. So I might be climbing a ladder. I want to go up a ladder. My hand goes up, my foot goes up. So that again, we're working together in here to support. Not an easy exercise as far as coordination and balance. Make sure, and when you say we're balanced, the board's on the ground, yes, but I'm learning how to balance on the leg that's on the ground because I'm adjusting to my movement of my body. Good, and come back and just rock it out side to side. Whew. Sounds funny, but that's actually a heart raiser. It must be because obviously your arms are going above your heart. There's more of an action going in there, plus lifting the legs so high that I can feel my body temperature go up, which means my heart rate is beating faster. Good. What I want you to do now is step back off of the board onto the ground. Shake your legs out. There you go. Good. And just come back into a slight side tap. Just into here to loosen those hips up. I can feel that my hips are a little tighter in there because of the action of both lifting the leg, the knee up, but also the action of the leg on the ground being at a slight angle and supporting my body weight. Good. Come back to the middle. Stick your butt out, walk back a little bit and just bend forward. Feel that stretch down the back of the legs. Oh, it feels so good. Good, stand back up again and same again, just rock down. Feel that stretch. If you want to drop your elbows so they actually touch the poles, you'll get a little bit extra stretch. I like to keep one finger on top because that will help pull me back up and it will stop my hands from slipping and sliding if I put one on top. Good, come stand back up. Now, little butt kickers. We talk about butt kickers. It's just loosening up the thighs, getting those muscles loose and stretching. Every time I lift my heel up, my thigh stretches. It's just nice and easy in here. There you go, good. Now, push the board to the right, take your right foot, place the ball of the foot on the back edge of the board and push the heel to the ground and feel that little stretch on the calf. Good, push the board to the left, put the ball of your left foot on the edge of the board, push the heel to the ground till it touches and just push forward. You'll notice my back foot, the heel is slightly off of the ground. There you go. Did I go out? I think it went out for a second. It said it dropped right foot again, push across, There you go, come back. And last one, put the ball of the left foot. That's weird that it disconnected. It said it was trying to reconnect. Last night I spent about an hour working on my internet service here to make it better. Good, come and stand back. Take your arms. If you want to hold on and shake with one, you can. If not, shake with both. And I spent an hour messing with the internet trying to make it better because I know we've had a couple of issues. Good, put your hands back on. All I want you to do now is put your hands on top of the poles and just work your fingers as if you're playing the piano. Strengthening up and loosening up those fingers just with movement and action. There you go. I'm actually preparing you to become a massage therapist, just so you know. So I hope everybody that does the Facebook workouts from home becomes a massage therapist, because that's what we're training for. Actually do this. Move your fingers and shake your head to the side at the same time. It's funny because it's like trying to pat your head and rub your stomach. Good. Take your hands down, just shake them out, because it will work a little bit your forearm muscles in there. And again, help strengthen up. Last exercise, put your feet slightly apart. Just lean down and lean down. Keep that stomach tight. Just leaning down, feel that stretch. Lean down, feel that stretch. Lean down, feel the stretch. Last one, feel the stretch. Good, and come back to the middle. And that is the end of the workout today. So again, such a simple workout. Again, don't think it's easy, think it's effective. And yes, some of you may have gone through it, but what attention to detail are you giving? Because the more detail you have and you're able to give, the more you can relax when it actually comes to doing the activity that you want. So thank you so much for being here with me today. I've got some new stuff coming up. I keep saying about it, it just takes time. I wish we could, I wish I could make things happen faster. It was the same when I created the 60 Up Balance Board. It took 1.5 years from when the day I created it for Bob to actually get it to market by doing all the changes and the different things that we had to do. So I can't wait to get the new stuff to you. I'm really excited. But thank you so much for being here. Julie, thanks so much for being here with us today. And I'm glad you really enjoyed the session. Again, something so simple is so effective, and that's what I love. So to everybody else here, look, I even finished on time today. I think that's a first. But have a fantastic week. I will see you back here on Thursday. Thanks, Ken. Thanks for being here as well. Audrey finally comes in and watches. Audrey, it's over. You showed up at the perfect time, Audrey, for the workout. So we're done with it today. But you can go back. I saved this on the Facebook page and it goes to YouTube later, so that everybody out there, just have a fantastic week. I will see you on Thursday. And remember, your attitude will determine your altitude. Be positive and have a great time. I'll see you soon. I'll see you Thursday. And remember, the message from today was ask for help. So if there's anything I can do to help, no different than Lucinda. I don't know Lucinda. I've never seen her on here. I've never spoken to her. She sent a message to customer service with a suggestion. I listen. So if you need help, please reach out. You can either go to customerservice@60up.com with messages, or you can leave them here as well. I say that again, customerservice@60up.com, and Wendy will pass those on to me. Wendy's fantastic, and she really cares about everybody. So again, feel free to send that, or you can send them to the Facebook page here as well. Oh, there's Wendy. Oh, look, Wendy, she says good morning to Audrey. Kirk, thanks so much. Hope it's cooling off down there. It's a little cooler today, but I think the rain's coming in because I can feel the moisture rising. Wouldn't you love that in Arizona? Have a fantastic day, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.